Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today's lippy is a lip gloss from Dose of Colors, and it is in the color Toxic, since I always forget to tell you guys what I'm wearing. Now, this video is all about the House of Layered, formerly Be Layered. And when I found them 2 or 3 years ago, I really loved this house. I loved the fact that I could put together a discovery set of my own choosing in either 7 or 10 different samples and try their fragrances before buying. The Facebook group is so much fun. Lots of great people over there. And I enjoyed the lives that they were doing. Well, when I first started, they weren't doing lives. Then they found Lene, and Lene started doing lives. And it was all just like a big family unit. So I've owned a lot of fragrances from Layered, a lot of them. And some of them my daughter has confiscated and taken off to college with her. They have this caramel overdose fragrance that everyone fell in love with because it is like, it's not a dupe for Killian's Love Don't Be Shy, but it smells a lot like it. Only better to me because I don't pick up that nasty animalic civet in the caramel overdose. Arabica Roast, Cherry Delight. I think Caramel Overdose and Arabica Roast are originals, their own original creations. Cherry Delight, I know, is their version. They're inspired by a version of. What else? Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. That was the first inspired by fragrance I think I had of that fragrance, and I loved it. I went through the bottle relatively quickly. They also have a fragrance called Mia's Blend, and when I tell you guys, I thought I hated all kinds of spicy fragrances, and I didn't really think that myrrh was something I would find in a feminine fragrance and really enjoy. Mia's Blend is the perfect winter fragrance. The colder the weather, the better it is. That note of myrrh in there is, y'all, If you decide to go to the website and try Layered and you get a discovery set, make sure Mia's Blend is one of them. Just, even if you think you hate spicy fragrances, because you know I'm not a spicy girl, give it a try if you live somewhere where it's cold. If you live somewhere tropical, and I'm not even gonna look, because I would never wear it in the heat. But Mia's Blend is my all-time favorite winter fragrance of all time, hands down, and I need to get another bottle. So those are just a few of the ones that I've owned previously and gone through full bottles. Now, I currently still have 4 bottles, and recently they sent me 4. This is the first time I've ever been sent anything from them, and I'm so appreciative, and we're going to talk about those later. But let me tell you all about the ones that I have now in my collection that I absolutely love. If you're interested to see what I'm talking about, let's jump right into the video. I currently have 4 fragrances in my collection from the House of Layered, starting off with my newest purchase, actually. I purchased this a few months ago, and it's called Runaway Love. This is such a beautiful, sweet rose fragrance. There's a heaviness to it. It's weighted. It feels very like resinous and ambery. Like it feels like if you had Olympia, the original Olympia, without the salt, and a beautiful, potent rose. It gives me that golden feel, that golden vibe. And I love it. And let me tell you something. And it smells like it has the most beautiful candy apple note in here. I'm not even sure what's in Runaway Love. I really don't know. I had a sample and then moved on to a decant. And then with the amount of compliments I was getting and the fact that I fell in love with it every time I wore it, I said I need a full bottle. So here we are. And this will be a staple in my spring rotation coming up in 2023. But Runaway Love does it for me. And I really think that Runaway Love was a part of my let go and let God with the rose fragrances. Because in 2022, baby, I have purchased, I think, like nothing but rose fragrances at this point. The next one that I own is called Christmas in Egypt. And I seriously love this fragrance. It's so very interesting to me that it's called Christmas in Egypt. Because for me, while I could maybe around the holidays, I guess. But this is a vibe for me. And I love it in the spring and in the summer. It's very interesting. But I can see maybe around Christmas time. But I just feel like this is an all, you can wear it whenever you want to. I don't know why they think it's Christmas. Some people, see, I'm not really the person with the tree and the frosted pine cones and all of that stuff, but I could get that vibe from this. I think it gets discontinued every year and then comes back for Christmas or something like that. I know some of the other Christmas fragrances, like Russian Christmas or whatever else they have over there, they do that with, but that is such a beautiful fragrance. I think Tuberose is the star of that one. Listen, Bella the Irresistible is the best inspiration for Parfum de Marly's Cassili that I've ever smelled. I love the one from another house I've talked about before, but since we're talking about layered today, Bella the Irresistible. I had so many samples. When it came to Mia's Blend and Bella the Irresistible, even though I loved them, I was struggling with figuring out when I would wear them, where I would wear them. So I just kept, every time I ordered a discovery set, I would make sure that one of the samples was those. And I just went through them. And so even though I ended up with samples of Mia's Blend, and then a decant or two, and then I purchased a full bottle, I went straight from the samples to a full bottle with this one. This is my second bottle of Bella the Irresistible. Went through the first one, and then again, you know how you do. Once you repurchase it, you've moved on in between shipping and when it's gotten there and you fall for something else and it just sits. I don't mind this sitting for a year. This will get some play this fall and winter because see, Bella the Irresistible, I think is great for fall, winter, and spring. I don't reach for the heaviness of her in the summer. Oh, she's just so sweet and so delicious and fruity. And I know a lot of people who wear it in the summer. It's just too sweet for me. The mosquitoes and the bees here love this, and I'm not the one. We're not playing the game at all. Last but not least in my collection that I already had before they sent me these four, Sweet Spirit. Guys, I purchased Guerlain's Spiritus Double Vanille. SDV for those of us who love acronyms. And this is from their private arts and materials collection, okay? $260 bottle of perfume, even though I got it for $180. I digress. A lot of money to be spent, okay? This was on everybody's holy grail list of vanilla fragrances. And when I purchased it, I was like, what the HE double hockey sticks is this? It was very medicinal. Like the benzoin, it just was too much. And I was really disheartened because, and that was a life lesson, stop blind buying really expensive stuff because it's on everybody else's list. But not too long after that, Layered came out with their Inspired by Fragrance. And I had been doing some research and comments on videos along with leaving my own comments and looking on Fragrantica and places like that. And I wasn't the only person complaining about the medicinal overload and the opening of Spiritus Double Vanille. So I reached out to admin from Be Layered on Facebook and I said, did you guys correct that? Like, I know a lot of times when somebody does an Inspired by Fragrance, they will go ahead and they will fix whatever's wrong. And so they told me, yes, we think we made it more palatable. We think we came through and we cleaned it up a bit to make it not as harsh. And I said, okay, let me try it. Bought a full bottle without hesitation. They did have a sale going on. I think it was like 25% off Mother's Day or something like that. I purchased it. This fragrance made me love Spiritus Double Vanille. This fragrance gave me what I needed to get used to what was happening at the beginning of SDV and allow me to overcome it and bypass it. I don't even get it anymore when I wear Spiritus Double Vanille. So I'm super, super appreciative of Sweet Spirit. This was not the first bottle that I had. This is a set. This is a repurchase too because my daughter took the other one. I got through about halfway through the bottle and then she decided she wanted to confiscate it. She's a lover of vanillas. That's my baby. So, and she went through it too. So she doesn't have one and I do, ha ha ha. Now she's going to mess around and come home and take this one. So I better be quiet. But Layered forever holds a special place in my heart because they allowed me a workaround, a work through to find a love for Spiritus Double Vanille. So a couple of months ago, they put up a post in their Facebook group and said, who is your favorite fragrance influencer? And I put myself because I'm dope AF. And a lot of people started putting me in their post and some came and chimed in on my post. It was fun. I didn't know why they were doing it. I just, felt like being silly. Lo and behold, about a week later, they came and said, hey, can we send you some fragrances? Do a review. No rules, regulations, or stipulations. My kind of deal. So not a problem. I got these to the house. I chose 4. I started to choose the 4 that I want to get back in my collection, not going to lie. But then I was like, there's nothing to talk about in that because I've already talked about those before. So I got 4 new fragrances. And true to form, I am seriously in tune with this company because I love all 4. Spoiler alert, I love all 4. No jokes. And the first one I want to talk to you about, amazing enough, is one I hate the original of. And I purchased an inspired by fragrance from a different house. I talked to you guys about it, and it was okay. It was better than the original. It was okay, but it wasn't worth keeping either. This one is a love for me. This is called Cloud 9, and it is inspired by Parfum de Marly's Oriana. Now, I know a lot of y'all from the Terra Squad know how I feel about Oriana. It's a no, 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 no for me. But when I tell you guys what people described Oriana as, that is what I get from this one. Cloud 9 is oh my gosh, bro. It's a whole vibe. I don't get the dryer sheets smell like I got from Oriana. And this is just beautiful. I pick up that marshmallow so well. Something about this one is just mixed and blended way better than Oriana for me. I got 6 hours of projection and sillage, like where I could still smell it. When I walked past people, they told me they could smell it for 6 hours. That is so much better than most designer and niche fragrances that are being released right now. No joke. I could have kept it on for 8 to 10 and still smelled it. It'd have been a little closer to me. I topped up at the 6 hour mark and still smelled it all freaking night until I got ready to get in the shower, and go to bed and things like that. Still smelled it on my clothes a few days later when I was getting ready to do laundry. So Cloud 9, inspired by Parfum de Marly's Oriana. This next fragrance comes with a full disclaimer that I love it, but I cannot tell you why. This fragrance smells like when you first turn the faucet on in the kitchen, and if you're getting ready to, say, wash your hair for whatever reason in the kitchen sink, you have your face by those aerated bubbles and you just smell the clean purity of water, if you have good tap water wherever you live. How do you bottle that? How does one create that? And based on these notes, that's not what I was expecting at all. I don't get what the notes tell me I should based on the note profile, and I don't care. That is what I love most about this fragrance. It's intriguing and it's fun and it's exciting, and it lets me know that there's still somebody out there creatively having fun in the world of perfumery, because sometimes everything smells like everything else and you just get tired. This was fun. This is one of those fragrances like Byredo's Mojave Ghost, where I can tell you I love it, but I cannot fully tell you why. And I'm just like, it works. It's like a second set of skin scent as well, one that enhances you while you enhance it. So when we think about the Glossier You, we think about the Juliette Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. We think about the Alaya Nude, only it doesn't smell like any of them. It doesn't smell anything like them. I'm just saying it's one of those scents where you can make it your own. So sample it first. Just because I love it doesn't mean you will, but I think it's worth at least testing because it's just creative and I'm really a fan. So this is Sandalicious from the House of Layered. I don't really get beachy from it, but I also don't really get beachy from Mojave Sand, which is the inspired by duo fragrance from Byredo's Mojave Ghost. But there's something about this that just makes sense for me. And I'm a huge fan. I really, really do love this. I am obsessed with Parfum de Marly's Delena La Rose, but I will not pay $320 for it. So I've been on the prowl for inspired by fragrances. I have one that I love. I've talked about it before from a different house. I decided to go ahead and get this one because everybody's always talked about the Delena and Delena exclusive inspired by fragrances from Layered. Like they were flying off the shelves, sold out all the time. So I figured they would come correct with their inspired by fragrance of Delena La Rose. Boy, was I correct. I love being right. First Kiss Elixir. Honey, baby child. See? Tell me a better rose fragrance. This Delena La Rose just works for me. What a pretty, watery, fresh, clean, amazing rose fragrance. And they did it so well. I cannot say enough about that fragrance. I cannot say enough about this one. This lasted me a whole 8 hours. I was not pressed about topping up at all. Didn't even think about it because I smelled it. And I should say 9 to 10 because actually when I spray it on, then I get the kids to school, then I go to work, and then I'm at work, and then I have an hour lunch, and then I'm at work, and then I come home. So all day this lasted on my clothes. I don't really spray my skin, so I can't really attest to that, but all day this stayed on my clothes. I am a heavy sprayer. Don't get it twisted. It is what it is. But, and look at this. Look how much they feel it. It don't look like you use this at all. Let me tell you something. This house does it for me. It really, really does. And I took a break for a minute because look what's going on behind me. I've taken a break from a lot of stuff from shopping, period, for fragrances because it's ridiculous. But First Kiss Elixir. I mean, just, that's all I got for y'all. Last but not least, here's my favorite. Now, First Kiss Elixir is a magnificent fragrance. I really don't want to compare these two because they're so different. That is a clean floral. This is a fruity tropical paradise. The name of the fragrance is Paradise. If you like the smell of like Now Ladies, if you like the smell of Kool-Aid, I'm talking about tropical punch Kool-Aid. Whereas you all know my fruit punch Kool-Aid baby, Room 129 from the Taliaferro. This here, Paradise, is tropical punch Kool-Aid. This is sweet, but not sickeningly sweet. This is perfection in all that it does. I am an extreme fan of this fragrance. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you're like me, you like that candy vibe. You like that, I just smell so good, I just, have to be edible vibe. That is Paradise in a bottle. I love this. Man, let me tell y'all something. Man, come on. It smells so good. It doesn't become tacky or cloying or annoying. But if you don't like to smell like candy, if you don't like to smell like Kool-Aid, this is not going to be for you. Again, you can sample it, but this is for the girls who are like me. Hashtag Terra Squad. Y'all know my vibe. If you like the candied, tropical, sweet, sugary fragrances, this is for you. Hands down, baby. Let me tell you something. That's a contender. That and Room 129 right there, neck and neck, baby. And I couldn't even tell you which one I'd prefer. It would depend on the day of the week. They hit it out the park with that one. Love me some Paradise. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me today and staying to talk about Layered. Now, I'm going to be coming out with another video that's going to talk about the 5 inspiration houses that I do the most business with, meaning spending my own coin. I do collab with Dossier a lot where they send me fragrances, but I still buy my own. And I had a whole bunch of my own before I had theirs. So I want to talk to you guys about which house I prefer when it comes to packaging, when it comes to the overall house, when it comes to the performance. And I will also be telling you guys my favorite ones from the houses. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. It'll probably be the next video I upload. I know this is a world of really expensive fragrances. Everybody's jumping on the niche bandwagon and some of us are still shopping on a budget. So I think it's really important to give credit and shine the spotlight on these inspiration houses who do a really, really good job. So if you have tried Be Layered, aka Layered, let me know what your favorites are. If you're interested in the house, make your way to the website. Honestly, I think you'll have a good time over there getting to know a lot about notes and formulating or putting together your own discovery sample sets. I can't express that enough to the companies out there listening, representative of the companies out there. Let people choose their own fragrances for their discovery sets. We don't need you trying to curate it for us. We know what we want to try. And you can charge us the same amount that you were going to charge with the one that you curated. But let us have control as consumers. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're letting us pick what we know we like, we might come back and buy full bottles. Please do not forget to click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Join the Terra Squad. I'd love to have you here, as well as select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. And please share me across all your social media platforms. It is always a pleasure to spend time with you, so I want to see you in the comments. Let's talk about all things Layered. Again, shout out to Layered for sending me these 4 fragrances. They are so bomb. I love them. Anyway, love talking to you guys in the comments. I'll see you there, and until then.